antagonise, exasperate and just generally piss me off on a daily basis.
Right, enough of that whispering crap. Today I'm talking about something that's become an underground and somewhat niche YouTube phenomena since about 2010 and has been increasing in popularity ever since. It's predominantly uploaded by narcissistic vlog whores and is mostly followed by kids who don't know any better, yogurt knitting women who use moon cups and enjoy listening to whale sounds, and creepy fat men who watch in their Y fronts with a pot of lotion and a box of tissues on hand. I'm talking about ASMR. For those of you who are blissfully unaware, ASMR, or Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, is reported to be a physical reaction to certain stimuli that elicits a relaxing and euphoric tingling sensation. It's kind of similar to frisson, that pleasurable sensation that you can sometimes get when listening to a piece of music that makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. But in the case of ASMR, it can be other stimuli that elicit this purported nirvana and which supposedly sends you to the very edge of relaxation and ecstasy. Whispering and slow movements such as hair brushing, as well as listening to and watching an individual tap on various objects, watching an individual open a package, and watching an individual complete an intricate task such as drawing, painting their fingernails, or applying makeup. Typical ASMR sounds include whispering, as I've already mentioned, fingernail tapping, crinkling, crunching, and slurping. So basically all of the sounds that any sane and rational person would find incredibly annoying. Right, so now you understand, or more likely don't, exactly what ASMR is, and you may be wondering what this has to do with YouTube or in fact anything. Well, despite the fact that according to studies, only about 4% of highly suggestible people experience the pleasurable effects of ASMR, there are literally thousands of ASMR channels with millions of subscribers, so you get people like the woman in this next clip doing the sort of incredibly weird stuff that would almost certainly get you locked up if you were in a public place where people could see you and notify the authorities.
It's me. And here I am. Yeah, I have to say, I'm a bit nervous. Me time. Switch off everything in your head. It's only for you.
Now, while this particular lady does seem to have a couple of things going for her, I can honestly say that her creepy whispering and odd hand gestures do absolutely nothing for me, and certainly don't elicit any kind of euphoria or sense of intense relaxation. In fact, the only kind of feeling that I get from this is mild irritation and the beginnings of a stress-related headache. But the fact that she has over 169,000 subscribers leads me to think that either there is actually something to all this weirdness, or more likely a fairly high percentage of people are highly impressionable and just get sucked into the latest moronic fad nonsense like a fat kid sucking a lollipop. Now, while creepy whispering and trippy hand motions may be enough for some people to get their ASMR high, others prefer the more personal attention that can be had from experiencing videos that attempt to simulate a kind of beauty spa treatment or beauty therapy. I don't know. All while accompanied by the obligatory tapping and the sort of whispering that would make you jump up screaming if you were to hear it eliciting from underneath your bed just after you turned out the light and settled yourself in.
Hello everybody, it's GB. Welcome back to my channel. Now, you've heard of plucking for anxiety, but have you heard of brushing away stress?
That particular video goes on for 26 minutes, but unfathomably, some of them run for several hours, which actually does make me feel a little bit more content, but only in as much as I don't feel quite as bad wasting my time making pointless videos for my channel when there are people willing to whisper into a microphone or brush a camera for hours on end in order to create their content. Having said that, the lady in the previous VT, Gibby ASMR if you want to know, has 1.9 million subscribers and is clearly making a lot of money for the time that she puts in. So there, now I feel stupid again for wasting my time making videos for my 44 subscribers. Now obviously this ASMR trend can get even more strange, mostly because there are a plethora, nay a cornucopia of deeply disturbed people who browse YouTube looking for something that they can identify with that makes them feel special and gives them that sense of connection that they clearly didn't feel they got from their parents. So ever more niche aspects of ASMR have been created, including food ASMR, where YouTubers have combined ASMR with the Korean trend of mukbang, where a host eats large amounts of foods while interacting with their audience. This combination makes for some stomach-churning content, and I can only imagine that anyone who gets any kind of pleasurable sensation or deep sense of relaxation from watching these videos has a deep oral fixation and could probably benefit from several decades of therapy. Now, bear in mind that I had to not only watch, but also edit this clip in order to make this video, and I have to say that rather than being even slightly soothing or therapeutic, it actually makes me want to smash my computer into tiny pieces before inserting those pieces deep into my ear canals so that I never have to hear anything like those vomit-inducing, slurping, chewing, gurgling sounds ever again. This vile woman, SAS ASMR, has 6.7 million subscribers, and to be quite frank, she's clearly evil and must be stopped. So the more you look into this awful trend, the more you discover that it's actually the stuff of nightmares, as you become subjected to increasingly weird and disturbing videos made by increasingly weird and disturbing people who honestly just seem to latch onto this stuff because they lack the ability to make any kind of meaningful content on their own, but are still desperate enough for attention to make this type of creepy, repugnant and nauseating content that in all honesty can make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, not in a pleasurable way, but instead by eliciting an almost primal sense of eldritch creepiness and terror that plunges you to the utmost depths of despair and strikes a despondent chord deep into your psyche. Here are some examples.
I love you, baby. Say it back, baby. Baby, do you love me too? Baby. Hey, baby, I love you. Say you love me back when I say I love you. Baby, do you still love me? Hey. Baby, do you still love me, baby?
Okay.
Surrounded by those who care about you.
And now finally I'll get to the crux of this rant. By now you will have some kind of understanding about ASMR itself, as well as the type of people that produce this content, and the slavering but avid followers that help to perpetuate it. But the problem is, kids see this stuff. Yes, young impressionable kids stumble across ASMR uploads, and seeing how popular these videos are, and how potentially easy they are to create, and having a normal, childlike desire to be a social media star, attempt to copy this moronic, creepy, seedy, pseudo-sexual malarkey themselves, with results that are so disturbing that I feel bad for even including the clips in one of my videos. I can't even begin to describe how awful and wrong the content from some of these kids are. So here are a couple of videos from popular child ASMR uploader McKenna Kelly, whose channel, Life with Mac, has over 1.5 million subscribers. Here's an example of her content. Once again, you have been warned.
I am literally so bored. When is my shift over? Oh my God. I mean, I guess I could just use this.
Now there may be some of you that don't particularly see a problem with this. It's just a cute girl making sassy ASMR content, you might be saying. But just imagine for a moment what kind of depraved, sick arseholes could be, and probably are, subscribers, and just what they might be doing while they're watching videos like this.
Do you know why I pulled you over? No. Fortunately for you, being stupid isn't a crime. License, registration, and insurance now. Hang tight. This is gonna take a while.
Or this one.
I miss you, Shu. Rich. 5-star.
If you're still a little unsure why I think that this content should make you at best uncomfortable, here's a picture from McKenna's Instagram. Now, this 13-year-old girl's mum is not only allowing her to make and upload this questionable content, they're helping and actively supporting her, presumably because of the $1,000 per day that comes alongside having over 1.5 million subscribers.
She started them on her own. Nobody knew about the videos until she told us. And when she did, it was quite an eye-opening experience. I'm Nicole Lacey, and I am McKenna's mother. We were like, she's whispering and tapping on things and making noises and, all right, it didn't seem to be harmful in any way, so we let her carry on with it. We don't want her to feel shameful about her body or being a developing teen. I think that's very important, but we do get some of that online where she shouldn't be wearing makeup. She is too young for makeup. We hear the comments loud and clear. We definitely want to keep her safe. She's just going through all the same things that other girls do. We're setting her up for her future. She definitely makes good money for what she does and how little of time is in there. But we just kind of tell her, like, what's here today may be gone tomorrow. Okay. She gets an allowance, she get her nails done because that's part of the whole ASMR thing. That's, important to her. She buys just normal teenage girl type stuff. So she doesn't get to go wild, but she definitely indulges sometimes. And my role is to encourage her as my child, encourage her business to grow. I mean, she's definitely making a good future for herself.
So McKenna's mum's basically her pimp, and so she'll probably buy herself some nice bling, a cane, and a big purple pimp hat complete with leopard band and a huge feather. So that brings me to the end of another episode of Miserable Git Rants. If you've made it this far, then clearly your life is as meaningless as mine, and all that you have left to look forward to is the crushing depression that the Brexit debacle, European parliamentary election results, and the end of Game of Thrones has left us feeling. If on the other hand you've just left the video playing while you do something a bit more meaningful and worthwhile, good for you, you smug bastard.